Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the channel again, February 29th, 2024. And this morning at approximately 6 o'clock Eastern time, I was still sleeping. I don't wake up at 6 o'clock. But when I woke up and checked my email, I noticed I had 2 takedown requests on my YouTube channel for my previous YouTube videos concerning the scammer poshing Mona the Posher, whatever the hell her name is, Monette Mejia. So the first one, or possibly one of her minions she sent to do it, not 100% sure. Can't tell you who actually sent the takedown. They don't tell you that unless it's from a law office. Regardless, the first one, they told her to kick rocks. She flagged, or whoever flagged the videos as bullying and harassment. Well, the first video was not taken down. She was unsuccessful in that because it's not bullying and harassment to cover a news story of public record and to call out a scammer. However, the second video was removed. It doesn't result in a strike against my account. It doesn't result in like any kind of action or discipline. It's just simply the video is removed. The reason that they removed the video is because for bullying harassment, that I posted her arrest record, which included her address. YouTube's terms of service specifically state you cannot share people's private information like social security numbers, telephone numbers, home addresses, which is perfectly fine. I would never do that to anybody who has private information. However, if it is a publicly accessible record, it is fair game. And that is what an arrest record is public record. It is a matter of public interest, and it is 100% accessible. If it wasn't public record, how in the hell would I have it? How would we be able to access it? It's on the Harris County website, Harris County Sheriff's Office, Houston, Texas. So I appealed it with YouTube. I provided them that information. And actually, once you have 100,000 subscribers, they give you a direct contact, which clearly I do. So I reached out to him, and YouTube appealed this. Or denied the appeal, and this is the reason why. So while you are allowed, per their terms, to provide somebody's address as a matter of public record. Now remember, her address was private until she committed a crime or was accused of committing a crime and arrested, then it becomes public. Well, YouTube has an auto flag software. If somebody reports a video like she did, and it has her address in it, it will automatically flag the video, which is what happened at 6 o'clock this morning, which then allows me to appeal it, and then YouTube manually looks into that. My rep wasn't the one that looked into it. He's separate. He's just a customer service rep for high subscriber YouTubers, content creators. So the rep said basically the appeal was denied because there are minor children. They looked at it, and the home contains minor children, and they have like some strict rule against that. I imagine most homes have minor children. I think YouTube should edit their policy to say if it's a matter of public and the address is public, that you can post it unless there's minor children. They should be more strict on that. I would never want to endanger anyone's children or put anyone's address out there, and I would never encourage anyone to go to that address or to contact them at address or do anything to that address. It's not what the point of that was. It was simply a part of the arrest record, and it also went to evidence proving that she had lied about having a 6-bedroom home that she owned. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and re-upload this video per my representative's suggestions without the address. I'll black it out. And if she attempts to take it down again, they will deny it, and she will have bigger problems from YouTube and also from their legal team and from my legal team for harassing my YouTube channel when I'm clearly allowed to post what I posted as a matter of public record. And if she does it again and has any level of success in trying to take it down, which I don't think she will, I think YouTube will tell her this time that I did what I needed to do, then she can answer to an attorney at that point, which is hilarious because she can't even afford an attorney to defend herself. She was appointed a public defender. Anyways, let's jump into the arrest record. This is a re-upload of the arrest record of Monette Mejia for her wonderful TLC scam, scamming resellers in the POSHMARK community and other resellers. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the charging documents against Mona. If you're not familiar with The case, and with the background, apparently she had a bunch of documents. You can check my other video, but a bunch of stories and documents made about her making $750,000 a year, reselling and paying off a 6-bedroom house in cash and sending her kids to college with no student loans or no grants or no loans at all. She had a big TLC show launching. It was all, according to these charging documents, a lie. And I have had dozens, if not over 100 people DM me and email me telling me that she attempted the same scam on them, that she had a TLC show, they had to pay her to be a part of the show, and it was all just a scam, that they ordered merchandise from her that never shipped, that everything was just a lie. Let's read the charging documents. You'll get a better idea of the story. And there are only a few people in these charging documents that were victims. I promise you, there are dozens and dozens and dozens of you out there. Please comment below in the video if you were a victim of this person, Monette Mejia, Poshing Mona, whatever you want to call her, out of Houston, Texas. Whatever experience you had, including the GoFundMes that were apparently not real or that she kept money from, that's more charges and more allegations against her. Let's go over these charging documents and then we'll be set. Again, I'm blacking out the addresses where apparently YouTube's own policy says you can have them, but you can't. So this is the state of Texas versus Monette Isaiah Mejia and Houston, Texas. I have just blacked out her address. Everything else matches up. I blacked out the date of birth, but it matches. Everything matches. Her co-defendant, Victor Mejia, who is her husband, of course. And this is out of the Harris County District Court. And this was written by the Assistant District Attorney of Harris County, Texas, who under oath has good reason and does believe she committed these crimes. Hereafter, between March 13th and May the 9th of 2023, pursuant to one scheme and continuing course of conduct, appropriate by acquiring and otherwise exercising control over property, namely 59 shirts, 29 dresses, 9 pair of pants, 25 scarves, 7 pair of shoes, 28 necklaces, and 9 planners owned by Loretta Sanchez Quadra, who is the complainant in this arrest record, with the intent to deprive the complainant of property and value of at least $30,000 and less than $150,000 aggregate theft, which is the charge against her. Probable cause. This was Detective E. Awasam, who's a certified police officer employed with the Houston Police Department and Financial Crimes Division. So he names them through March 13th of 23 through May of 23. This happened a lot more. This happened all of 23 to other victims. I've got the dates. On September the 18th of 2023, he was assigned the incident. He received this in September. It took October, November, December, January, February, 5 months to arrest them. That's how long some of these cases take to build, and in more complicated cases, that's why you see them on the news taking a year till they arrest people sometimes. He spoke with the complainants, Kenneth Umberto Quadro and his wife, Loretta Sanchez Quadro, who are owners of First Dibs. It's a clothing resale store found to be credible and reliable, who stated on April the 9th that Mona, who is, of course, Poshing Mona there, contacted them stating that Mona's brother had been shot and needed financial assistance. The Quadras sent her financial assistance via Venmo, and their relationship continued to grow. I don't know how much money that was. I cannot remember. I think it was either 500 or 700 or 1,000. They sent her money because her brother had been shot. Does anybody know if that story is even true? Was her brother actually shot and that they needed money for that? I don't know if that was true or not. Quadra's, the relationship grew between them, and Mona contacted her about a fashion show she'd been invited to participate in New York, and would be making a guest appearance on Good Morning America on December the 5th, 2022. So this is weird because it says that they originally contacted her on November the 4th, and then on December 5th, she was already going to be in a Good Morning America fashion show that quickly. It's crazy, right? Mona contacted them again via Instagram DM, stating that she invited to participate in a fashion reality show with the TLC network. Mona further contacted her on December 5th, stating they just signed with TLC, and on January 23rd of 2023, she contacted her advising the TLC show was going to be a very big and would further promote Mona's resale business. As a sign of goodwill, the Quadras, who own and manage a clothing resale store, invited Mona on their Instagram live show on January the 27th, 4 days later. During the event, she told her viewers that Mona had won the fashion show deal with TLC and was going to feature on a Good Morning America segment. She told her originally Good Morning America was going to happen in December, but here we are on January and she's still going to appear on Good Morning America. See the red flags? Things are already not lining up, right? On January the 27th, Mona visited Miss Quadra at her store, First Dibs, located in Harris County, Texas, and told Miss Quadra that she needed a consignment store to shop at for the TLC show. After consulting with her husband, Kenneth, Miss Quadra contacted Mona via Instagram and offered her a deal. Film at First Dibs at $1,000, excluding luxury items, plus $4,000 store credit. So she was essentially giving her $1,000 cash and $4,000 store credit to come shop at her store for content for the show. Mona responded that she needed to discuss with TLC. And on January the 31st, a few days later, she sent her a message via Instagram saying she had a meeting and they were giving her 2 days to make up her mind on where I would like to film since it's a pilot and they're filming. And it was a calculated move to put pressure on Quadras to buy into Mona's scam. So she went to them, said, I need a place to film. I need you to pay me and give me store credit. And then she came back later and was like, well, I don't know if I can pick you. There's other people. And that was where they were like, oh my God, we've got a, sense of urgency. This is what, the greed, I won't say greed, but the need to be a part of this is what really hooked the Quadras. And she played on that. It's not their fault. She's absolutely a master manipulator. So then on February the 1st, Mona contacted him stating another consignment store was offering her $5,000 store credit and $4,000. So she upped the ante. It was a lie. There was no other store. I assure you, nobody else offered her that kind of money. And she needs to make up her mind. And they went to a counter offer. So let's go to the next page here. Okay, so the second part here is she told her she had to make her mind up by Friday, and they, of course, wanting to secure the deal, countered it with a higher offer of $2,000 cash, so they added another $1,000, and $8,000 store credit. On February the 20th, Mona contacted Miss Quadra via Instagram saying, we choose you. Imagine that. We choose the only one available, meaning both her husband and Victor had chosen First Dibs as a consignment store. Mona further confirmed via text on February the 25th that they spoke to TLC going with you and that they'll be contacted by TLC for further instructions. That's important. Keep that in mind. On March the 7th, Ms. Quadra sent Mona a text advising they had not heard from TLC. Shocker. Replying that change the date, be with us on April the 6th through the 8th. Mona maintained that TLC would contact them and adding she had a sit-down meeting with them yesterday on March the 6th. That's a lie. On March 7th, Mona contacted the complainant again via text asking if she could get discounts for the selected items, adding TLC are coming for Thursday Live, so I want good items. On March the 7th, the Quadras agreed to provide Mona inventory goods per Mona's request, selling them to her at bulk prices. The discounted inventory valued at $46,000 was delivered to Mona's resident, which I have blacked out, by the Quadras. The delivery was received by both Mona, Victor, and their son, who I blocked out his name as well. I don't know if he's one of the minors or not, but I blacked out that. The items they provided to her were Christian Louboutin shoes, Louis Vuitton clutches and minis and purses and messenger bags, and it goes on and on and on. You can see the value. A Chanel quilted red-eyed crossbody, $2,700. A $1,700 Chanel tote, silver purse. A $2,800 59 female shirts and tops. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And then we scroll down some more. We see necklaces, scarves, dresses, pants, $11,000 worth of 229 miscellaneous items. And then on March 17th, Miss Quadra finally receives an email from someone named Daria Mohazab claiming to be a representative with TLC. The email read, reaching out from the TLC team, nice to meet you. Remember the name Daria Mohazab. Pretty important here in a minute. We are so happy to reach out to you with this amazing opportunity. Mona requested you to join her on the show, blah, 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 blah. As part of the TLC team, we're constantly talking with media, local and national publications from CBS to the New York Times about this amazing show. That being said, we wanted to gauge your interest in being a part of the show. Didn't she already confirm they wanted to be on the show and she picked them? Red flag number 300, right? We need your response ASAP. The sender proceeded to mention appearances, locations, and compensation of $7,000 per appearance and $3,200 compensation per location. So they're agreeing to pay her like $10,000 for one appearance in a location. Yet Mona is asking her for money to appear on the show. Do you see? Again, guys, you gotta think this stuff through. You gotta stop yourself, take your greed, take your heart, take all of your emotion out of it and look at the facts. If it doesn't add up, it doesn't add up. The math ain't mathin', y'all. So she concluded by asking if the Quadras would be willing to sign an agreement. The Quadras responded they're interested. They received another email from Daria claiming TLC had approved them. The email said, "Hi Lorette, excited to share that TLC has approved you joining Mona on her show and is interested in interviewing you next month. Producers want to know about our business. The scheduling would be May 16th and May 24th. Thursday the 25th, Friday the 26th. We do need the list of your full disclosure names and addresses. The communication will be directly with TLC. Mona requested that you appear 3 times. So now we're up to like something like $10,000, $12,000 in appearance fees. And it's signed Daria Moazab, the communication assistant associate with TLC. On March 27th, Mona contacted Ms. Quadra and advised her that TLC wanted to make her several appearances on the show. She'll be compensated. They approved everything. They were set to come to Houston for the recording. And they were inviting other news stations. Again, just laying it on thick, right? They requested to speak with TLC and Mona agreed to a meeting on April the 12th, 2023. The Zoom meeting had been scheduled for May the 2nd, 1 p.m. However, Mona canceled the meeting, stating she needed to cover a few things before the meeting could take place. Mona told the complainant she successfully convinced TLC to offer the complainant several appearances on the reality show, 4 to 5 episodes for $12,777, starting with $2,700, and signing of $10,000 subsequent payments. To seal the deal, the complainants were to pay a total of $100,000 to TLC. Why would you have to pay TLC $100,000 if they're paying you to be on the show? Again, the math is not mathing. Guys, if your heart and your gut tell you something is wrong, go with your gut, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The complainants refused that offer, stating they didn't have that amount of money, and Mona came back later, told them it was a good business opportunity, encouraged them to take part. She asked them to then pay $30,000. So now we've gone from 100 to 30. You see, it's desperation. She needed money. Seeing it as a good opportunity, they agreed to pay $20,000. God, man. The first Zelle transfer was made on April 21st in the amount of complainant's business account to the bank Mona had provided in the amount of $2,777. The second transfer was made on May 6th for $1,000, on May 8th for $2,000, and on May 9th for another $1,000. So they sent $6,777. Quadras requested to discuss with Daria about the TLC show on May 4th. She was not available until May 15th. Then on May 10th, they advised the Quadras that Daria would be out of the office until May 29th. Always go directly to the source, people. Always go directly to the source. According to the evidence submitted on May 5th, Mona sent her a message on Instagram stating her whole family signed on with TFL and I signed with Tord for a closed contract for 14 months. She proceeded to advise complainant that she should get her paperwork ready since they have an appointment with a lawyer at 11 a.m. She maintained she learned later this was a deliberate attempt by the Mejias to convince her and her family that the TLC show was real, although it turns out to be fake. Mona noticed that the Quadras were becoming weary of the TLC show on May 13th, and while visiting them in the presence of the Quadras, she told Victor that TLC had just paid her a large sum of money. The incident was captured on camera, showing Mona supposedly overjoyed by the news and apparently crying. She was joined in celebrating the news by Victor and the Quadras. More of the manipulation and the narcissism and all that. After several failed attempts to begin recording, the Quadras became suspicious. Sorry, guys, you just became suspicious. They began questioning Mona about the deal, and she became super defensive. She proceeded to withdraw and stopped communicating with them. Ding, 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 ding. That's when she got caught. She couldn't hide it anymore. They finally decided to contact TLC to inquire about the deal and why there's a delay. On August the 27th, they contacted Miss Andalera with TLC via email, and on August 29th, they received an email from Esmeralda La Viega, who's an investigator with Warner Brothers Global Security, who is in charge of TLC. And they advised them that the Mejias have no affiliation with TLC, nor any pending shows. And the email further stated that all claims the Mejias had been making over the last couple of months were all a scam. Shocker. The Quadras confronted her about this on September the 2nd, and she sent a text to Loretta apologizing that had no idea. I have lost so much money. She just wrote, oh, I had no idea. You made it all up. Of course you had an idea. And then on November the 27th, This detective received multiple phone calls from 3 other women, Veronica Ramirez, Amanda Rodriguez, and Vanessa Lovett, advising me the suspects had also scammed them with the same TLC reality show. Clothing sellers, they're also Latina women who she was recruiting. That was a story. She said they would all pay the complainant $7,000, $3,200. She needed $1,000 to pay for lawyer's fees so they could prepare her contract. They sent her the $1,000. She offered the suspect to deduct the fees after her first TLC payment, but the suspect refused, threatened to withdraw the offer from the complainant, so she used the pressure, like, you need to do this, or no. Lovett transferred $500. She received an email from Daria, same person. Amanda Rodriguez, the same issue, received from Daria $500 for lawyer fees. So this is just an ongoing thing. She's just constantly asking for money from people. On and on and on. You know, $500 per family member. Charged $350 by Mona for a reseller course. Mona stated it was mandatory before she could be enrolled in the TV show. Nobody's going to make you do a reseller course that somebody's charging $350 for to be on a TV show. Again, just another scam. Same emails coming from Daria Moazab. Signing schedule, the whole shebang. So let's stop there and let me show you who this Daria Moazab, communications associate for TLC is. Let's cut there and I'm going to bring her up because this is insane. So one quick Google search of this young lady. Look up everything, guys. It's so easy. Daria Moazab, Poshmark? Not TLC? What? Daria Moazab is a PR professional? Daria Moazab, high school career? Well, Daria is a senior communications associate at Poshmark. Daria is a PR professional and senior communications associate consumer at Poshmark. So Mona took this poor girl, Daria's name, and inserted it into her story as the person working for TLC. That's the communications for TLC's TV show, when in fact she's an innocent bystander victim who's actually the communications associate at Poshmark. I hope Daria sues the absolute piss out of Mona for what she did using her name, lying, slandering, all the above, everything she did to her. That's ridiculous. How sick and manipulative and narcissistic and, I don't know, psychopathic is it to go to this poor girl's page and use her name? Wow. One Google search and she was busted, yet nobody chose to Google search poor Daria. Another one to add to the list. Okay, we're going to jump back into the complaint, which is where everyone becomes suspicious about the filming, the suspect proceeding to stop communicating. Finally, on December the 4th of 2023, the detective in this case called the suspect at 10 o'clock in the morning. I blacked out the phone number, I blacked out whatever. The same phone number she provided to various complainants and advised her of my ongoing investigation. And he told her, he asked her, does she know the Quadras? She stated yes, they used to be friends. I asked if she contacted him in March regarding a reality TV show. She stated someone had called her and offered her a TV show and she decided to share the information with them. I asked her who the someone was and she stated she does not know. Well, a few minutes ago it was Daria. I asked her if she'd shared that information with anyone besides the Quadras, and she stated no. I asked her if she knew the other complainants, Veronica, Amanda, and Vanessa. She stated yes. I asked her who the women were, and she stated they were friends. I asked her if she contacted them with regards to the TV show, and she claimed she said no. Pressing her on the topic, she stated she reached out to several friends, adding she reached out to them, but never collected any money from them. I asked about the Zelle payments the complainants used using her cell phone number as attorney's fees for the TLC show, and she stated she was working on repaying them. I reminded her that she just claimed she did not tell anyone else. She can't even keep her lies straight. It's crazy. I told her I don't believe any of her story of being a victim of a scam because while visiting the Quadras, she told them on video that she had been paid a huge sum of money by TLC, and then she stated she will have her lawyer contact me. It's at that point detectives have to stop talking. So complainants Loretta and Keith gave the defendant approximately $6,700 in money and $38,000 in merchandise that was never returned even after the scam was found out. Neither was the cash. Because of all of this, he charged them with the aggregate theft of $30,000 to $150,000 against the peace and dignity of the state, March 13th through May the 9th, charged on that February date. So let's go over to the fun part of it, because Mona claimed with stories that she did $750,000 a year in sales, had a paid off house, had paid off her kids' college, all this money just dripping in gold and diamonds and blah, 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 blah. Well, look at when you get arrested, you have to tell them if you have a lawyer or if you need a public defender. And if you need a public defender, which is what she claims in her arresting documents, they both got public defenders, that you have to provide financial information to either prove that you have money or don't have money and can't afford it if you say you can't afford it. Well, remember the lady that was making $750,000 according to Business Insider? Look at her financial disclosures. So again, blacked out any information so she can try to kick this video off. Not going to happen. This is her special needs: anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, and diabetes. I believe all the above when you're running a thing like that. Her defendant status was in jail at the time. She was trying to bond out. She lived at the address for 6 years and 1 month. Again, it's blacked out. Friends or family house, not her house. And she said she started making that money just a couple years ago and paid off that house a couple years ago, yet she's lived in this same house for 6 years and 1 month, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Says she's an online reseller. Says her salary is $3,000 a month. That's a whopping $3,600, and she has bills of $2,600, which is a $1,600 rent, mortgage, and insurance payment. $1,600 doesn't buy a 6-bedroom house where I live. In fact, it's more like $36,000 to $4,000. Clearly, she's just renting a house for $1,600. She has some $300 utilities. $250 is all she can afford for clothes and food, and $500 goes towards her health insurance. Man, for a lady making $750,000, sure isn't living like it, right? Look at this. Here's the best part. Cash on hand, 0. Values of stocks, 0. Savings account, 0. Amount in her checking account, $600. Value of property. Remember, she paid off her house in cash, remember? Value of her property, 0. She doesn't own anything. She's a liar. She lied about everything, and she scammed these poor ladies because of her lies. And companies like Business Insider and the other news stories that claim to have confirmed her earnings and wrote stories about her aided and abetted in her scamming because people looked up to her and thought she was legit because they saw those stories. She's a liar, a pathological liar, a manipulator, and this proves it in her own words. Let's go over to her husband, Victor, right? Victor, 0 monthly income, 0 necessities to live, and 0 assets. They own nothing. He had recent triple bypass surgery. I believe it. Do I believe that he had the other problems, or her I don't know, her brain aneurysm? Is that what she had? Brain tumor? What was it? I don't remember. I don't even know if that story's true, because she certainly didn't mention it here. If you had a brain tumor, wouldn't you put that here as your medical problems? She didn't put it. I'm going to guess that was a lie as well. Okay, so unfortunately I had to re-record this because she thought she was being slick trying to get it taken down. She's not going to have so much luck on this one. Everything's been blacked out. But the address you saw, she listed it as friends and family. It's public record if you want to look things up. Also, you can property appraise search that, which I didn't do. Someone else sent it to me, and then I did it. It comes up to the real owner, which I'm not going to show his name or his information, obviously. But the address is basically owned by a real estate investor or somebody she rents from. I don't know. But it's not her house. It's a lie. Just like she just put in there, 0 real estate value and renting from a friend or family. It's not even friend or family. It's just somebody she's renting from. I don't think she knows the person at all. I think it's just a company or a real estate investor. But regardless, everything she told you, or almost everything she told you, I don't know what all she said, but most of it, 98% of it, it's a lie. It's made up. It was a scam. Don't get fooled by people. If you ever have a question, go out. This is the quickest way. If you feel like something's not right and something's off, you can go to Facebook groups and Instagram and ask the reseller community. My Facebook group, Thrifter Reseller World, you posted that. If somebody had come in our group, the Quadras, and asked me or post that in our Facebook group, no offense, but it would have gotten so many like big emojis and like wide-eyed emojis and laughing. People would have been like, run away right now. They would have gotten told. I understand how scams and con people prey. Confidence man, confidence woman is where the word con man and con woman came from. They build your confidence through their successes, like these business insiders were telling people that they were having success. And that is just very irresponsible of those places. Also, her Instagrams and live shows and all that. Even if somebody looks like they're doing well, it doesn't mean they actually are. It just means they're very good at portraying doing something good. I just put out a video on my channel yesterday you know, showing what to look for, what not to look for, how to prove it, how people like myself can prove what we do every day versus somebody like this woman who's just going through life scamming. So if it doesn't feel right, ask. Go out to the community. Talk to people. Ask around. This woman probably would have ran into the other women who were all getting the same story, and they would have been able to been like, whoa, wait a minute. She's telling you that and telling me that. It's just too easy in the world of information, tech and cell phones and internet and social media to sniff out and nail a scammer. Don't let them get away with your money, guys. I feel terrible for the Quadras and for the other 3 young ladies. I feel horrible for the hundreds of people in my comments and email box and everywhere that are giving me the same story. They all got ripped off. It's my best estimate that this lady scammed people for hundreds of thousands of dollars, not 30 or 40 or 100,000, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. She probably doesn't even know how much she took off with. It's absolutely insane. And here's the best part. She doesn't own a house. She doesn't own anything of assets. She has no money, according to her own words. And people saw her selling inventory and posting videos. Where is all the money? It's usually a lifestyle. People burn stuff that they can't afford on a lifestyle. They buy electronics and MacBooks and cars and clothes and diamonds and dinners and drinks and margaritas, and before you know it, they're burning $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month, and they're trying to keep up that lifestyle. If you can't afford the lifestyle, you can't afford the lifestyle. Just live within your means, and you don't have to steal from people. It's that easy. Okay, with that said, I appreciate you guys watching. This is the re-upload from 2 days ago, and if there's any problems with this video, she's going to have an attorney to talk to again, and she'll have way more problems than she already has now. Thank you guys, as always, for watching the channel. Hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Helps the algorithm. Please share this video across social media so no one else gets scammed, because apparently she's blocking everyone, probably working on another scam to where she can hide from all the people calling her out. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. And check out my links below. Let my team at Pro Ecommerce Listers, ecommercelisters.com, make your listings for you. All we do is take your photos, create your listings, and it's a done deal. We do all the work, you guys. Ecommercelisters@gmail.com for more information and pricing, or ecommercelisters.com for the website. I'll see you guys next time.